I guess the reason I felt like I sucked in jiu-jitsu today was my energy levels, like, literally. You know, I wasn't that, I'm ready to go, like, it felt like I was operating at 50%, but truthfully, it was more like 70% to 80% if I dug deep, but I let that feeling of 50% keep me low instead of pushing and getting to that 80%. So I guess in that sense, that's why I would say I was sucking today, because I wasn't taking the class seriously. But for jiu-jitsu being my third thing right now, it makes sense why I performed the way I performed today. And I guess it feels a little bit good to check off the boxes today. I'm happy that I showed up the way I did. Not that I performed or didn't perform, because if I'm not gonna be super happy for my 6-liner sale, I hope they're not pulling me over. We'll see. Yeah, if I'm not gonna be head over heels for my sale, I'm not gonna be down in the dumps about my performance. I'll be objective about it, right? And if we're gonna be objective about my jiu-jitsu performance, then I want to be objective about my sale today. I really leaned on Alex towards the end. Truthfully. Because I believe that I could have fucked it up by not having the right things to say in the back of my mind. I think I could have, again, shot myself in the foot. And the fact that we did close and we did get a 6-liner makes me believe that it is in my best interest to learn how to stop shooting myself in the foot. And shooting myself in the foot is a metaphor. And what it is a metaphor for is me giving up and folding before the other person. The other person folding is going to be them saying no, is going to be them giving up, is going to be them walking away, whatever. Them saying no is going to be them full-blown rejecting me, right? Me saying no is me looking at the data that I see in my head, and I am an emotional creature. If I'm an emotional creature, that means that the data in my head is being weighed in a qualitative manner, not a quantitative manner. Which means I am not making data-based decisions the way that I think I am. I am attaching to the thing with the most negative weight. And deep down, I feel like I'm not enough. That I will never be enough. Subconsciously. Which is what I mean when I say deep down. That means that something like an objection or me not fighting back in jiu-jitsu gets assigned in my mind the negative tag before I make a decision on what I want to assign it. It comes into my operating system as a predetermined negative. So instead of weighing the options objectively, I'm trying to overturn the negative. In overturning a negative takes a decent amount of energy. It can be done, and it has been done a lot, because how am I still standing if I've never overturned negatives? But the fault is not in me. It's in the subconscious me. And what is the subconscious me? Who is in there? Well, the subconscious me is Daniel Patrick Lone, born on January 25th, 2005, and on. So subconscious me is Daniel Patrick Lone, born January 25th, 2005 to November, 9th or 10th or 11th, maybe. Whatever day it is, it truly. No, it's one of those three. 2025. So that's 20 years and 10 months. 20 years and 10 months. 20 years and 10 months. Years and 10 months of experience. And in those 20 years and 10 months, I've cried a decent amount. I've 20 years and 10 months. Now, I'm gonna get a transcript of this video because my brain is kind of working and seeing why my mind designates what it does. In the first place. So we're gonna do this percentage wise because the first year of your life is 100% of your experience. Now 2 years, that second year becomes 50%. 3 years, that third year is 33%. 4 years, that fourth year is 25%. And so on and so on and so on. Now, with the time period being now to 20 in 10 months, what percentage of my life is predominantly controlling the subconscious? And let's factor in the entire scale, right? Because then we're going to get into it and it's going to be like 1, 2, and 3 years old are like the equivalent of like the entire time period that you've spent in terms of how you've processed time. But what era of my life is secretly holding a large percentage of my subconscious mind that I have not processed? Was it perhaps my teenage years, my preteen years? Hell, maybe even the ages of kindergarten to 5th grade. What eras of my life have I not processed? And I mean, this is going to be sent to ChatGPT, so you know what I talk about on a daily basis and on a monthly basis and month to month and week to week. And like, what areas of my life do I not touch on at all? Or very quickly go past? Why not ask me some questions that'll help me understand why my subconscious is assigning these things that make me feel not good enough as negative or confirmation? Because the human mind operates off of confirmation bias. Would you be able to help me with that? Thank you.